Guys, welcome back. In our last video, we set up our promo. So in this video, we're going to prepare our file for print, but there are a few things that we need to do before we do that. So I'm going to go ahead and, let me see. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so that we can see. Now, instead of doing it this way as well, if you wanted to zoom in and you wanted to preview everything at once, you could just hit fit artboard in window. That's gonna, again, that's that command 0. It's gonna fit the one artboard in the window, or you can do fit all in window. And if you click that, it'll make sure that every artboard on here fits inside of the window. Alright, so that being said, I just want to make sure I pointed that out to you. The other thing that we need to do is we're going to take and prepare these to print. Now, here's the deal. We can have it to where it prints all of these, but what we lose when we do that, if we print them just as is we're going to lose the bounding box. Like, for instance, we don't have anything around the envelope. We don't have anything around our promo to say when it starts, when it stops. On our letterhead, we do have the bottom because we have this bottom border, but we don't have anything saying when the top starts. The same with the business cards. We have, because of these bleeds on the left and right side of this, we don't have anything that says when it stops. Another thing too, because we're printing to, because when our final output of this is going to be on a big poster board, you have two options. There are two ways that we can set this up for the printer. We can set it up to where we print, we just have the artboard just print, or we just have the printer just pretty much print all of the artboards as one. Or the other thing that we can do is we can, if you want to design the artboard too, and in some cases some people do, I'll create another, you know what, no, in this one, we'll do it with designing the artboard, and then we'll create another video, or I'll create another video showing you how to print it just on an artboard, not designed as well. So the first thing that we want to do is create some type of, what do you call it, some type of border so that we can see it once it prints. Remember, it's printing on white paper, so we're not going to see the edges that don't have that border. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the layers panel, and I'm going to unlock these layers just for a second. I'm just unlocking each one, and what this is going to allow us to do is to click on the one. I'm going to hit command 0 so we can bring that into play, and I'm just going to create a bounding just so that we can see, and I'm going to make it kind of complementary to the design. So I'm going to click on the regular rectangle tool, and I'm just going to start, and I'm going to use the guides to create an outline. Now it's going to be a very tiny outline. I see that I have the stroke, and the stroke is black. I'm actually going to make the stroke for these that same orange that I was using. So I'm going to use like the dark orange. And I don't want this to be a part of the design in any way, just minimally. So I'm going to make sure over here at the stroke that I have it at 0.25, so that it's really just a tiny stroke, just giving me a very, very tiny outline. Now, as I do this, I notice that the stroke, it looks good on the top and the side, but the bottom and the right, it does not. So I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to go ahead and fix this stroke. Try to bring it down to the edge. All right, that one I'm good with. And try to bring this. And again, we don't want anything that's like flamboyant. We kind of just want it to be there as so I'm going to zoom out. And once I like that, I do. I'm going to go ahead and I want to check the stroke real quick. Okay. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play a game of Alt, right? Grab it and put it on the next one. But before I do that, actually I'm just going to cut it. Let's see. Okay. So before I do that, let me highlight this one so that I can make sure I'm selecting this one. Oops. And now I'm going to paste. Now that I know that I'm in this one, I'll paste that frame. And the point of doing that was just so that when, just so that I can make sure it goes on that layer versus any other layer. Okay, I have that little bitty frame there. I'm gonna copy that again. Well, actually, I'm gonna hit. Well, actually, it's in my clipboard, so I don't even have to do anything. I'm gonna click on this case, make sure I'm in that layer. I'm gonna hit paste, and I'm gonna do the same, which is to go ahead and push this out to the edges. Again, I don't want it taking over the design in any way. I just want it to where we can at least see the boundary. So I'm gonna go minus there. I'm gonna click on the letterhead. I'm just pasting. All I'm doing is pasting this in, putting it in place, and then I'm gonna adjust it. Now, of course, you guys know that we could just have it here, and we could change the height and the width in our properties panel, but sometimes I like to manually do it. I don't know why. I just do. And it really just depends on the mood, because I could be doing another tutorial where I'll be like, oh, let's just use the properties panel. And I do a lot of times. I love the properties panel, but today, whatever, just going to do this. All right, just pasting it. Remember, because it's in the clipboard. And all I'm doing is bringing this out. And, yep, okay, not bad. And for the promo, let me do the same thing. Let me paste that in. Let me bring this out to the edge. All I'm doing is resizing it. Nothing crazy yet. All right, so I got this one. I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna zoom out. Again, I can go to View, and I can say Fit All in Window. There we go. All right, so zoomed out, doesn't look too bad. I can see very, very lightly. I can see the stroke, and that's what I want. All right, so now to set up an artboard, here's what I know already I need to do. I know that this artboard is not gonna, all of these are not gonna fit on a 16 or a 20 by 16 artboard as is. I already know that looking at the layout. So what I'm going to have to do is some maneuvering, which I will do shortly. But what I'm going to do first, before I even drag out the artboard, I am going to use my guide. So I'm going to go to this rulers. If you don't see it, choose View, and then choose Rulers, and you should be able to see yours should look just like mine in your rulers panel. Okay. Once that's set up, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to set my 0. That means I'm going to reset the ruler to 0. I want 0 to start at this corner right here. So what I'm going to do is right in between these rulers, right in this upper left portion of the rulers, you can see I'm going to click and drag. So what I'm doing is I'm dragging a ruler, which is starting on the left and the top, and I'm dragging that right into place right here. So now see how that says 0, and see how that says 0. This is my 0 point. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull out a ruler. Okay, I just pulled it out. That's all I did. It didn't even matter where. I just pulled it out. I'm going to go over here to my X, and I'm going to set X at 0 and hit return. And you're going to see that the ruler goes right at 0. I'm going to drag another ruler out. Okay, and then right here at X, I know that I want this artboard to go out 20. So I'm going to type in 20. And this is going to go where the 20 is. Okay, so now I have my X guide set up. Now I'm going to go to the top. I'm just going to pull it out, right, at the top. Now I'm going to go for Y, right? And I know that Y, I want the first one set at 0, okay? And I have it set. I'm going to also go pull another one out. And Y for this one is going to be 16. All right. So this is telling me the boundaries right here of this artboard, right? It's pretty much saying, oh, okay, you know, you have this area is going to be 16 by 20. So I know I need to move some stuff over. And I'm going to. So I want to make sure that everything I need is unlocked. Okay, let's see, that is. I'm even going to unlock that one. Let me check in here. Looks like all of this is unlocked. I'm just checking my layers just to make sure everything is unlocked. Because if something's not unlocked, it's going to cause some issues. So I'm just checking. Alright, so it looks like everything is unlocked unless it's inside of a sub layer, but at which point I'll cross that when I get to it. So making sure that everything is unlocked, I'm going to grab my artboard tool here, and I'm going to grab, which one do I want to grab first? I think I'm going to grab this letter first. And I'm going to drag the envelope, and maybe I'll put the envelope here. I do want some room between that 16 by 20. So I'm going to place that one there. And then I'm going to grab this promo. And at the moment, I'm going to move this down just a little further because I know that I need to grab this letterhead. I'm going to move the letterhead over some. Maybe I'll put the letterhead right here. And then now I'm going to grab this. And maybe now I'll put this right here. So trying to figure out the magic combination is probably one of the hardest things to do. I know now that I can rearrange these business cards. So I might take this business card and I might take it right here. I might take the front and I might take it right here. And then I know that this case needs to go in some too. Okay. And now I got to figure out how exactly do I want to arrange these? Do I want the business card? Maybe I'll move this over for a second. And you have options though, because you can actually use your, let me move you up here. You can actually use your artboard options to arrange this as well. I think I'm going to move these down. Let me see. I'm just trying to make sure I don't get anything in the way of. So let me do this. Move you. All right, now let me move this where I want. Okay. Let me move you out the way. Let me move you here maybe. Over this a little bit. All right, let me move the envelope. Yeah, I kind of want the heavy hitters up in that area. And then I'm going to grab my, wait for the spinning wheel. Do its thing. Okay, maybe I'll grab business cards, go down here. And then, this is kind of like one of my favorite parts is setting up the document in the end. I used to hate it. I used to be like, oh my gosh, I really hate this. But I've grown to love it through my years, you know, through maturity, all that fun stuff. So I'm going to I try to move kind of central. center. This will go here. There we go. This will go here. This, my friend, go here. So, here's the deal. I know I said I was going to do it in 2 videos, but actually I can just show you in one. So, if I wanted to print this now, like if I was happy, I'm going to hit save. And let's say I'm ready to go to the printer right now. Here's how I would print this. I would go to File. Okay, so once I have it and I can see my artboard boundaries, right? I could say File. I could say Print. There's going to be an issue with this way, and we'll talk about that in a second. I could say File, Print. I could say Ignore Artboards, and this means that it's going to print everything. Now, my printer that I have selected won't print 16 by 20, so I'm not going to have that option. Do not hit scale. Do not scale. Do not. Do not scale. If you set your document up right, it will set it up for you. But we're not going to print this way because this way can cause some issues. But I just wanted you to know that if you're on your own and you're setting up your document, you can choose Ignore Artboards. It'll ignore the artboards and it'll print everything, right, for you. But we're not going to do it that way. I'm going to hit cancel for that. What we're going to do is we're going to go to our layers panel. We're going to go ahead and lock down all those layers that we just opened, and we're going to create another layer. This one is going to be our print artboard. Okay. So our print artboard we have selected. But now what we're going to do is grab the artboard tool. We're going to go ahead and drag out in that area that we had, that's 16 by 20, and we're dragging out an artboard. So now on this artboard, we'll call our print 16 by 20 artboard, okay? So this is our artboard with the strict purposes of printing. There is no other option or reason that we have this artboard. But what's kind of cool is we can design this artboard. So I'm going to click on the black arrow if we want. If we wanted to take this a little further, we could. So we could grab our symbol. We could actually, let me make sure that artboard is underneath all the artboards. The reason I'm making sure it's underneath all the artboards is so that hopefully with this being underneath, all of our layer items will be below. So I'm going to click on the symbol. I'm going to say, let me grab this bar. Oops, I went into it. Sorry. All right, I'm going to grab this bar, and I'm going to put it on, oops, move my layers. Did I lock it? Okay. Now I'm going to go into symbol, grab this bar, placing it right here. And then maybe I'll take it, hold shift. Let's see. What in the world? Oh. Don't like when I hold shift. Boom. Look at that. Look at that blend getting all crazy. Okay. And I just want to see what will happen. Let me see if I go back. Now here's the deal. I have a blend, so it's going to go crazy. What I might want to do with this one is I'm going to break the link in my symbols panel. I just broke the link to that. And I'm going to go to Object, Expand on this, and then, oh, you know what? We already expanded it. I remember. All right, so let me go into Layers just so I can see what's happening with this one. Object, group. All right, so it's already grouped. Okay. So let me see how I like this. I don't. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab a symbol again, and I'm just going to see which ones I want. So like I said, this is if you want to design yours. You might not want to, and you don't have to, so it's not required. But I'm going to pull out this one. It seems to be my favorite. I'm just going to grab it. Oops. Right? Grab it. Let's see. All right, and let's go in layers. Oh, it's behind it. Sweet. Okay. And let's see. Let's try. And as long as it doesn't interfere, and it does. So I'm going to go back. Hey guys, I might mess with it. Didn't say I would for sure. Let's see. All right, now I might go. Okay. Might go. Let's see. I don't know if the printer's gonna like me after he sees this file. Hit Alt. And I might do this just to accent it. I might go and grab another element from here, like this, pull it out here. I might go this way with it, halfway. So kind of like what we did before. You know, I might. I don't know yet if that's gonna be something I do until, let's see, until I find out if I like it or not. Not quite sure about this one. Let's see. Might be able to. Let's see. Not bad. Found another area to put this in. Maybe down here. Just never know. Might step into it. might grab another one and hope that it tells me how they intersect. It is not. So now I might just grab all of these. Get the key. Might align, distribute. Oops. Let's not do that. Let's see. No. All right, let me break the link to the symbol. Actually, hang on. I don't think I need to. Let me see. If I go back to align, all right. Okay, so I've used that, I've used that. Let's see, what else? Is there anything else I want to use? Nope, nope. And not really. Okay. I feel like I have our case enough. Let me zoom out real quick. All right. So if I wanted to design the artboard instead of handing in like a just a boring regular artboard, I might design it a little bit like this. I might actually hold Alt and grab this. Let's see. All right. I might grab my group selection tool, grab this one, delete that. I mean, there's so many possibilities. So many things can be done to enhance, so that you're not just turning in. Let me see. Let me grab this one as well, and I'm gonna add some stuff to it. And I'm gonna grab the group selection tool. Get rid of some. All right. So if you are adventurous enough to try this, go for it. Oops. Okay. I always try to get something compelling. Hang on, as a matter of fact, hold on. Let me move this over. Okay, and then I'm gonna get group selection tool. I'm gonna grab this one, delete, and gotta make some stuff happen with this one. Okay, like that. I actually want this over a little bit. There you go. Okay. All right. So I don't know. Get in there and play and see what works well for you. But once I have this on this artboard, I'm gonna hit save. And now what we're gonna do is print it. Okay. So I'm gonna go to File. Oh, yeah. I gotta show you how to do something else too. So I'm gonna go to File. I'm gonna go to Print. Now it's asking me which artboard. So we're going to the Canon printer. We say one copy, that's fine. Right now it says artboards all. That's not what we want. We actually want artboard number 7, our last artboard that we created. Because remember that was our print artboards. When I go to range, I'm just going to choose 7 because I just want to print artboard 7 which is going to include everything that we've created from this point. Okay, we do not scale at all. When we print Artboard 7, yours, when you go to the printer, is going to show you a dialog box of it. And actually, you know what, I just thought about it. You guys aren't actually going to print it to that size unless you're printing it at FCC. So this is for you guys who are printing at FCC. If you print at FCC and you're going to cut the board and mock it up yourself, this is for you. So with marks and bleeds, you can set all printer marks so that it prints for you. And then when you're ready, you would hit print. Okay. Now for the rest of us who are not printing at FCC, I'm going to hit cancel. For you guys, the way that you're going to print the document is you're not going to print it, because remember, you're going to save it to either a CD or a USB drive to take it to FedEx or Costco's or Kinko's or wherever you're going to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to File, Export, and then, I'm sorry, wrong one, File, Save As, and then when you save it, you're going to save it as an Illustrator file. So you would name it whatever you're going to name it. You would go down here where it says Format, and you're going to choose PDF. Then where it says All, you're going to choose Range, and you're going to choose 7, because number 7 is going to give you that final artboard that you need that's going to have everything on it. Then you're going to choose Save. Then you're going to choose View PDF after saving so that you can see it. All of these, unless your printer tells you something different, are pretty okay. All right, but there are options in here. If he says, oh, or he or she says, oh, use this format, use that format, then you can use, whichever format they tell you. I typically use Illustrator default, or you can do high quality print. Either one is going to give you, settings that you need. So either one's going to work. I'm going to choose Save PDF. And then when you choose Save PDF, hang on, mine came in another screen. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to get that PDF with that artboard. All of your work on that one artboard is going to be here for you. And these are our bounding boxes that we created. Remember, I designed the board as well, so that's why you're seeing these little decorative designs around it. So there you have it. So what you're going to take to the printer is this stationery project on PDF, and the printer will go from there for you. Now, I'm going to close this. So this is how you print it. As far as saving for me and what you're going to turn in, you're going to go to Adobe Illustrator. You're going to go to File, and then you're going to package it. Okay, so File, Package, File, Package. Same as we did in Photoshop. Click in Package, and then it's going to ask you what's the location that you want to save this folder. I'm going to go ahead and keep mine on my desktop, but you can name it wherever you want it to go. Click on the Browse, and browse for where you want that folder to save to. Then folder name, you can set up your folder name. It's going to say, hey, I'm going to copy your links, collect links in a separate folder, relink link files to document, copy fonts, except for fonts that you can't have, and create report. I'm going to choose, okay, cool, yes, I want you to do that package. Then it's going to give us this warning, and it's just saying, hey, if you have any fonts that are in here that are copywritten and you don't have permission to use, or the printer doesn't have permission to use, you need to know that you're violating this agreement, and you choose OK. Then it's going to say the package created successfully. To view the contents, choose Show Package. I always like to see the package, so I'm going to choose Show Package. And then we go into this package folder, and you see that all the fonts that were used, if there were any images used, it would show that. It's giving you a text report and the actual AI file. So what you turn into me is going to be this package folder and the AI file. And then when you turn it in, you zip it like you have been with your other projects, but I'm going to show you how to do that just to make sure. All right, so once you have that, we'll close that. I'm going to go ahead and let me save real quick. All right, so I'm going to minimize Illustrator for a second, and I'm going to go to my desktop because I want you to see where's that folder. Okay, here's the oh, that's the AI file. Hang on, let me get the PDF that he did. Okay, here's the stationery folder, and I have to find where that PDF saved. Okay, here's the PDF. So what you're going to turn into me in Blackboard, let me go ahead and open Blackboard real quick. Oh, actually, okay, hang on. If you're on a Mac, okay, a lot of you know this, I know that, but some of you haven't been turning in the zip folder, so I want to make sure you know. You're going to right click, even on a PC, you're going to right click, and on a Mac, you're going to choose Compressed Stationery Project. On the PC, I think it says zip, something about zip, the file. But choose Compressed Stationery Project. When you do that, it's going to zip the file, and it's going to give you this zip file right here. Okay, so now we have the PDF, we have the package folder, and when you go into Blackboard, let me see if I can find Blackboard. Hang on. Nope. Let me see. All right. So when you go into Blackboard, let me log in as a student. It's probably not going to let me do it, but I'll try. Materials. Let me set it up as a student real quick. All right, so enter student preview. Okay, so as a student, if I go to course materials and I go to stationery package, right, and I go to upload my files, it's not gonna let me because I'm not a student, but that's okay. Let me click on here. You can try, right? Let me try. All right, actually, let me see if it'll let me make this a little smaller. Yes, okay, sweet. All right, so when I go in here and I go to submit my work and I choose browse my computer, all right, I'm gonna go back to my desktop because that's where I had it, and I'm going to look for that stationery zip folder and the PDF. So with both of those saved, I'm gonna choose open. It's going to upload both of those, and then I'm going to choose submit. Okay, so I need that zip folder and that PDF. Those are the things that I need you to turn in for grading. When you go to the printer, all you need is the PDF, and he or she will take the PDF, and as long as your file size is the correct size, they can go ahead and print this on the board for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to exit preview. I'm going to get out of there, continue. All right, so pretty much that is how you that's your progress from start to finish. I know some parts went fast, but that's what that pause button is for. I am hoping that these videos help you guys out with setting up your files, getting your project done. It is due when we come back from the holiday. So if you have any questions at all, a lot of you have been very quiet. If you have any questions at all, contact me and let me know, and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. I hope you've enjoyed the videos. I hope that they help you come up with an awesome project. And I look forward to working with you guys some more. All right, I will see you in class on Tuesday. Have a great the rest of your weekend, and ta-ta for now.